Hello,
Yeah.
hello, hi. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the
Welcome to
Castration Movie
PODCASTRATION.
Podcast.
Welcome to the Castration
Castration Pod.
Cinematic Universe. I'm Marcy. We're here with, introduce yourselves.
I'm Rhyme Kickflip, of Snake World fame, also known for a side thing I do, shitty kickflips.
The reason
Yeah.
you're here, most likely.
Probably the reason you're listening to this. But if not, sound off in the comments below. Get that engagement right now.
Alright, I'm Pauline. I go by Space Hunter M on most platforms.
I think everyone who's watching my channel also knows you.
I guess so.
Okay, this is a film, and frame one, ladies and gentlemen,
Frame one of this
probably
film.
mostly ladies. Now, this may strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved with this story should die. This is a quote from SNL.
In Falls City, Nebraska, John Lauder has been sentenced to death for attempting to kill 3 people in what prosecutors called a plot to silence a cross-dressing female who had accused him of rape. Now, this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.
The trigger warning should have came up front. There's trigger warnings for every. If you've seen this movie, okay. So if you've seen this movie, you know, sex, transphobia, violence,
almost every possible
everything.
Trigger warning.
But we're starting off with
Well, not every possible one, but hella.
We're starting with the darker stuff. We're starting with sort of a meta analysis of this quote. It's the first thing you see in this movie. We just heard Norm say it. Is a trans man who is raped and murdered. The movie Boys Don't Cry is based off of it. It's so okay.
No,
Here, the empathy, the sort of something Louise has talked about when talking about this movie is is the empathy of it, and
There's an empathy to it.
the sympathy and empathy toward, you know, trans people who have had a less than perfect past.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Jesus, where am I going with this?
Or present, really.
Or present, yeah. Well, that's kind of I
think this
that's
quote was chosen incidentally. I think a lot of the choices in this movie were incidental and then built up later over time. So with this quote specifically, at the face value, it is a funny, you know, it's the funny meme. You see it as a meme. You see it in the screenshot.
It's meant to be facetious.
Yeah.
At the start. Yeah. But you kind of feel it the farther you go in.
You should feel it's harsh once you know the full story.
Like, you know, you get these abstractions going in your brain from like the work, and you know, you feel a little both. You feel, you know, the sympathy, you know, for, you know, other people, you know, whose experiences you can relate to broadly, but at the same time, you know, you have the Norm Macdonald quote at the beginning where, you know, that is supposed to be juxtaposed, where it is, you know, hilarious what is, you know, transpiring. It is hilarious that these people have gotten themselves into these less than ideal circumstances, usually through no will of their own, but, you know, so you have a bit of both.
Yeah, well, all the characters' behaviors are like reactions to their suffering, is what it is.
Exactly.
So, like, I can get more into it when we're getting into, like, character stuff, but, like, the big thing that really relates to me about this movie and that, like, really is core to the identity of the film is how it shows all of, like, the shitty circumstances that lead people to behave the way that they do.
Oh, yes.
It's like the reaction to suffering is what causes people to, like, act out and to hurt each other. It's like, through no fault of our own, we have been born into a world that kind of treats us like garbage. So
there are material causes for every form of human behavior. Yes.
It's like... it's very cathartic to watch this movie to me because it's very much like it explores the like abusive impulses I have in me where I'm like I want to hurt people. I want to like
Oh yeah.
I wish I could tell people off the way that these characters do. Not that they're right, but in the way that like it expresses a deep like pain and suffering in these characters. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. Go ahead.
I absolutely, agree with, the catharsis factor because, like, we all have, that part of us that's just kind of this innate desire, for, free, raw expression of, our particular mood at the time and, all the barriers that sort of, keep that in or, encourage that,
Yeah, I think you bringing up his free raw expression is interesting because that's kind of how a lot of the film is based on that free expression. Yeah, I wrote like most of my notes on the process of the film and like how it utilizes its medium. So I mean I'll get into that when we get into that, but that is an aspect that's well expressed through the methods of filming this this beautiful fucked up film.
What do you know about Superman?
What do I know about Superman?
Where were you when Krypton exploded?
Where were you? Yeah.
where was I during Superman 9/11? I have very little experience with Superman. I'd say the first time I encountered any analysis of it was in this movie, was the very beginning. It definitely immediately endeared me to the concept of Superman.
You've never heard this before?
No, I had
wow.
not heard this before.
Yeah, to me,
I just know... Yeah, go ahead.
To me, is the total opposite. It was, oh, this guy's boring. This guy's just regurgitating, like, shit. None of this is interesting. Superman hasn't been this for a very long time. The more interesting thing about Superman is that it's written by, like, white American writers who, some of them want you to think that it's like this, but most of them don't give a shit about that at all. And putting it on this weird pedestal like that is, Superman was like that for, like, 30 issues 80 years ago, and then it hasn't been for a long time.
I can tell at the very start here we are going to have very different interpretations of Turner. We are going to have very different feelings about this character.
That's very funny.
But yeah, no, well, also I never really got into any superhero stuff. I'm just not familiar with the genre. However, I did see the new Superman movie because my friend was like, you gotta see it. I promise you'll like it. I know you don't like cape shit, but like, please. I did see it, and because I went in with the context of this quote, I was like, oh, okay, I fuck with this. Also, that's just a good movie.
I was gonna see it a few days ago, and then I took a nap and then couldn't. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it for this. I watched like 4 other movies in preparation for this, and then as well as
God damn,
as well as watching this movie like 5 times since I've last hung out with you IRL.
Jesus Christ. I was trying to watch it for a 3rd time, and I got a good way in, but I ran out of time this week. I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna write notes on like
I did not
the rest of the big concepts, basically. How many times have we seen this film? Because I saw it like 2.5 times.
Well, since I saw it for the first time, and I want to say April, I've probably seen it about 4 times all the way through.
I've watched this movie all the way through at least 6 times.
Wow. Okay,
I've watched this movie all the way through more than 6 times. That's good context
to have.
I know.
Because I think a lot of people who are going to be listening to this have watched the movie at most once or twice. I think we're kind of uniquely fucked in the head
Yeah.
for wanting to watch it more than once. This movie is insanely long.
Yeah. And it was part 2 is
Yes.
coming out soon. Is purported to be around 5 hours. That was
Purported.
and Louis, like, it was originally only going to be like 12 hours. This is going to be part 1, and then part 2 was going to be the second half, you know.
Right.
Now it's not. She made a ton of friends and wrote a bunch of shit, and it just has the opportunity to film and film and film.
Oh my.
So right now, last thing I heard, last estimate I heard from her was 20 hours, which is fucking ridiculous. They're like,
I love movies. I love movies. That's fucking movies.
And I fucking love about, part 1 where, Louise is, shooting with her digital 8, with the tiny cramped ass resolution. And yet she's also, filming it in scope to give it like this quasi religious or Soviet epic kind of feel, coupled with just how breathy the film is.
This movie is filmed on a Sony TRV 330. Is Louise's childhood camera.
Ah.
It had like,
it's like digital high 8. And
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could, bring up like that whole article where she's talking in detail about, how she gets her specific, footage pipeline. Okay. So how does nostalgia play into that versus just like how it's playing sensorially with us? Like, where do you think the trade-off is there? I don't think it's nostalgia. I think nostalgia is an easy shorthand. But no, I think what it has to do with is the way contemporary video works and the fact that everyone has a cell phone. There's a hyper-reality to the fact that we're always being recorded. Real life almost feels reflected in the images on our phones. So, she's, going over, that kind of, present zeitgeist we're seeing with that. But, like, what really, struck me is the part where, she's talking about high 8 or DV, and I can shoot a movie like Castration Movie on home video, and it can be hyper contemporary. It's a here and now, but it still lends itself to the realism that you get out of, Dad's Barbecue 1997.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's I didn't read this article, but I wrote hella on that. That's something that I really love about this film is the crunch of it all.
Oh, yeah.
I really love the texture of the camera, and for me, it's not really a nostalgia thing.
Oh no.
I know like VHS is like a very common like nostalgic aesthetic style right now. I never really got that as a kid. I didn't.
I'm.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, as soon as you were finished, like, I completely agree with you on that front. It was just like a way of life. That's just how things were.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I was like a really little kid, they had VHSs around, but like wasn't really formative for me. What was formative for me was like early YouTube, was like early internet video. That's what was like very evocative to me. That's why I think I'm really drawn to like shitty digital cameras and stuff.
And
So
there's
a lot of this film appeals to that kind of like feeling in me, that like evokes early YouTube in a very good way.
I completely agree with you in that regard because I got like 2006, 2007, the YouTube boom. That's like a very vivid part of what I remember from childhood, and especially like the more fringe stuff that you would find on places like Google Video, etc. Like those those early, let's just call them what they are. Those were early like internet video essays and docudramas that were, being shared in fringe, burgeoning video platforms by fringe individuals.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of what that style evokes is like kind of like a casual off the cuff feeling to it.
Oh,
it's very amateur, and that like I think that disarms the person that's going into this like expecting like the average movie going experience. And then you're like immediately hit with shitty cameras.
Oh yeah.
I think it evokes like a very, it feels real to me. Just like she said in the interview, it feels like Dad's Barbecue 19 whatever.
So like,
and yeah,
and again, like, it's less like the nostalgia factor, but more just like, you know, the workhorse, utilitarian, familiar medium type of thing. That's easing you
absolutely.
into, you know, these sort of domestic situations that, you know, in memory you kind of associate with this sort of look, I think. Not.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. A lot of my favorite things generally, but specifically video, is very much trying to invoke that like off the cuff amateur-y kind of style. This is deep cut, but if you're watching this, maybe you're aware. I'm really into like Denpa videos on YouTube, so like No Thank You, Osaka Syndrome, that kind of like general circle of people that are recording like it's very much like, okay, I have a shitty camera, I'm just gonna turn it on and record something right now.
Oh yeah.
Just very much like, I have this available, I'm going to use this, and it's going to filter out people who can't watch bad audio or bad video quality. And I fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
There's there's an extent more to it too. The filtering isn't just who can't handle the who it's not just the quality of the video, it's the fucking quality of the characters as well. Like I have no interest in talking to people who would be not no interest. But like if you're turned off by this, like we're probably not. If you're like viscerally offended by this, to the point like you can like, you should feel visceral watching this, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't turn that to anger toward anyone. There is a filter for this movie as well from the content of it.
There is.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think this film is pretentious.
It works in tandem with the visual presentation.
Well, I'm a pretentious person. Give me all the pretense in the world. So.
No, I'm the exact same. I think pretentious is not a good way to criticize something. I think I'm stealing this bit from CJ the X. But anytime you use pretentious, CJ the X.
Okay.
YouTube art analysis, they them. But anytime you use the word pretentious as a critique of media, it can be substituted for like a number of meaningful critiques, a number of meaningful things to say about it. Pretentious is just used to shut down like people who are trying to do something big and grand.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's something to be said about...
You said you wanted a big, grand, romantic gesture.
But there's something to be said about art that shoots for the fucking stars and fails. I think there's a lot of really... not that this movie is. I think this movie succeeds in a million ways. But I think there's a lot of... there's a lot of very special sauce to things that try very, very hard. I think a lot of people don't really appreciate that as much as they should.
I just love... I mean, not so much, the genuineness or something, but more like the commitment of something to tell something on its own specific terms is very admirable.
Yes, exactly. The commitment is a good way to put it. It's a very good way to put it. But yeah, more into like the visual style. Sorry, this is like the main thing I wrote about, so I got so much to say about it. I'm reminded a lot of like lo-fi music, and I think my taste for that also plays into how much I like shitty cameras and stuff. I'm very partial to like early car seat headrest, teen suicide, moldy peaches, Waxahachie. I'm very much into that kind of stuff where it's like I had a cassette player just set it up and played acoustic guitar into it.
Yeah. What I love about, working directly with the medium and not so much the aesthetics of it is that, I think a lot of it comes from a very genuine love or admiration for the medium you're working with. Not so much like a nostalgia factor, but just more like, the physicality of working with that specific kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely.
And
speak on that.
I ran this this VHS aesthetic blog, got into the 2015 top 20 most viral Tumblrs accolade or whatever. It was VHS Rip Steven Universe screencast, where I just had, a 2-3 VCR setup where I could make multi-gen recordings of this contemporary cartoon show. And I didn't do it for like a nostalgia catharsis factor. I just did it because, I always wanted to do multi-gen stuff and it looks cool,
Yeah, absolutely.
Because in the show itself, had VHSs in it as plot points that were, and the idea of multi-generational stuff, VHS is thematic too.
But again, it was more about what you can do with the medium, and not so much projecting, this artifice of nostalgia onto it. I just liked working with the medium, and people also like that and projected some of their own abstractions onto it, and that works out fine. But for me, it was more about working with the medium and what looks cool on it, what can I just get on there for the sake of it being on there.
I liked Steven Universe VHS rips enough that I bothered her bothered her until she moved in with me.
Aww. That's awesome.
But
yeah, I absolutely agree. Nostalgia doesn't play into my love of lo-fi art or anything. Yeah, it's just how that art is. Mm-hmm. I think growing up in the internet age, you just have access to that stuff. Like, it kind of loses a lot of its temporalness to me. Mm-hmm. Like, when go ahead.
It's just like in what I do, I'm working with, software and technology, sometimes from like 3 different decades. And, when you can get those to intermingle in like the creative process, it's just so great.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to me, it's just another form of art. It's another form of expression. It's just another tool in your toolkit.
Mm-hmm. To me,
I never. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. To me, lo-fi isn't necessarily a quality that stands out. Polish and corporateness stands out more to me. In order to have, in order to make something with like the sheen and the gloss of, a wide release thing, it has to compromise so much to be able to make back the money it took to make it. When something doesn't, when it's just Louise and her friends fucking around. Right, you can make something like so genuine that it has no constraints, has no goal other than to communicate an idea.
Mm-hmm. It's not meant to make money. Mm-hmm. This movie is not designed.
But it made enough money and it got enough attention that it can double its fucking runtime of what it was supposed to be. It's awesome. Like it's resonating with people so much. Like you want like 100 passionate fans and not a million billion people who are gonna forget about it when the next thing comes out.
Yes, absolutely, abso-fucking-lutely. That's something I always appreciate in art. Is like it. This is designed for us. This movie is for us.
I think,
and I mean us in a very exclusive way. Like I'd say there's like 1,000 people this movie is meant for.
I think like Caravaggio ushered in the Baroque era with higher contrast, darker themes than the Renaissance era before him. Louise Weard is ushering in, and Vera Drew and Alice Malmacki and all the greats. All the fucking people in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it all on them. People have been making, stuff, but their stuff specifically is so inspirational to me.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Well, also, I'm not. I'm speaking from a place of relative inexperience, and I don't know a lot of film history stuff, so you'll probably pick up on more of like the influences regarding that. But as someone without context for a lot of that stuff, this is next fucking level filmmaking.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to skip ahead too much. I couldn't get the sex scenes, but the sex scene where the camera is just being pushed around on the floor.
Yes!
So fucking good. No,
I
that's like yeah, that's one of the best. Oh my god, and I've held that camera. I know why it makes that noise now. It's so fucking heavy. It's
Yeah.
oh, I was gonna save that to the end, but Louise is a fucking sweetie. She was incredible.
Yeah.
We got to talk to her briefly at her Chicago showing at the Q&A.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I hope you get the chance to see a Q&A with her too. She's
Absolutely.
great. Like
I hope so.
I got to hold the
hope
camera.
so.
I got to film the Q&A with the castration camera.
That's so fun.
It's so
That's
crazy.
So fun.
Yeah, like it fucking like shut off on me.
Oh no.
At a certain point, I think I shifted my hand and I hit the battery.
Oops.
I don't know what
Quirky.
happened. It was really cool. She's great. We got some shit signed from her. We got some Polaroids. This is really funny. This
Oh, you love the Polaroids.
we got some
you
Polaroids.
love the Polaroids.
Yeah.
And
I'm a big fan of nostalgia. No.
In Janie Jaff's interview on the Flinta forum, there's this bit where Louise is talking about, you know, making porn in the 70s, and, you know, the anxieties around, well, you know, is the lab gonna deliver me my footage, you know? You know, or is there gonna be like no bullshit here, you know? Are they gonna
Send it to your boss?
And, you know, just like how that relates to just, you know, all the fucking crackdown shit that's happening, you know, with payment
Oh my
processors, platforms, etc. And the same answer, she's saying, you know, you could, you know, the democratization of, you know, filmmaking, you know, with the SOV boom, you could just shoot it on VHS, take it back to your house, and edit it right away. In the same way that Polaroids are the perverts photography, digital video is the pervert cinematography.
Yeah. It's very it's for people who are trying to make more transgressive shit.
Yeah.
Like if credit cards aren't gonna, all that stupid, scary, concerning shit. Like we have torrents and we have zines, and like, you know, maybe this is the like this underground art's we're gonna find a way, we're gonna thrive. And if corporations want to make slop, make shit, make, you know, use AI and, you know, just make just whatever, throw whatever algorithm,
they're gonna clog,
make what the algorithm says will be good, then like the real artists will be here in our own corner making our own shit that matters to us.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue making art for my for the 1,000 people that actually care.
Oh no, Pixar doesn't make straight 10 out of 10. They're making shit now. Oh no. Well, fuck, you can watch a bee jump up. There you go. Watch some Allbat. There's some fucking
watch fucking bee jump up. Allbat. Watch good fucking animation.
Innovative 3D animation that's making use of the medium and not just like do this Spider-Verse comic book shit where it's like, well, why isn't this just 2D? Why like make something that it looks taking advantage of 3D? That's a different
when we were
subject.
all like aged 8 to 12 years old, we all thought it was the greatest idea to like bring all these characters together like it was cartoon all-stars to the rescue, but then some of us grew up. But that being said, I would love to see Pooh's Adventures of Castration movie.
So true. Well, I think that just goes back into like this movie is designed for a small target audience, and because of that, the people that it clicks for are going to be obsessive about it. Is the thing.
Oh, obsession is
the
the name of the game. with this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Oh, also, before we move on, I just, like, thought of this earlier. When you were mentioning the sex scene where they're pushing the camera around on the floor, I was immediately reminded of Love and Pop on my second watch.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that film in this.
Just like the whole opening act where, you know, she's getting ready for her day and, you know,
The microwave under the table, the toy trains. Yeah.
The trains! When the
I
train...
I just
when,
love
like...
that her father
Yeah.
or whoever is just a model trains guy. That's great.
Yeah. Not to get into a different movie.
But,
That should
like,
be our next podcast.
I would absolutely
it.
love
Hell
to. Please. But yeah, no, a lot of that film is very oh god, what's the word? Voyeuristic. And
Oh, yeah.
I just love that shit. I love that shit. It's so like raw, and the weird camera experimentation stuff, the strange angles, especially the shot of the camera on the model train. It's so I see a lot of that in this movie. I don't know if it was directly inspired, but it's drawing on the same like
Oh, it is.
creative
It's
inspiration.
on
It
that
is.
subject.
Okay, that makes
on
sense.
that subject, yeah. Have you seen the Letterboxd watch list? The official.
Ooh, I've not.
This is good. Paw through
Please-
this.
please link.
You recognize some, and a bunch of other just wrecks.
Right.
Some great shit in here.
To boldly flee Doug Walker,
Yeah.
of course.
Haibane Renmei, gender troublemakers, Fire Walk
Oh,
with
yeah.
Me.
Love Exposure. Yes. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Love
I haven't seen
Exposure
that.
is like, oh my god. I need to. Okay, that's a fucking movie we need to talk about. That's another one.
Lit. Bet.
Not to get into too much
Yeah.
into like other movies, but this list is like all of my favorite movies. This makes so much sense.
You gotta there's a castration connection to this, but there's this film called Ask Anybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's not on
uh-huh.
here.
I don't think I'm familiar.
No one's familiar with this film because you can't watch it. You have to request your theater, request the director to like, it's like that sort of deal. But this is a movie.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But
Yeah, Liz Purchell.
Liz Purchell's
we
a-
saw this at the Music Box in Chicago. I want to say during the winter, and yeah, it's just incredible. It's this collage of gay adult films done, you know, in such a way that it feels almost like a docudrama of like that specific point
it's so awesome.
in, you know, North American queer history.
Yeah.
It's really, really beautiful. The director is in Castration Part 2.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh man, I'm all about that shit. I think there's so much cool like
Yeah, I've been
early
emailing
adult film.
Brooklyn and Turner's relationship is you know, they had something at some point, maybe, probably, presumably.
They didn't.
No,
They're horrible for each other.
you're saying horrible.
They deserve each other, but they do not click.
Brooklyn's so
they
bad at breaking up with him. The
Oh my
logic
God.
thing, yeah, like the
Yes.
giving him the ammo to like logic his way back into loving her, even when he, you know, wouldn't have necessarily. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's the thing about Turner is that he performs emotion. He like
yeah.
doesn't actually feel the things that he does. I don't think he loves Brooklyn. I think he loves the idea of Brooklyn, and like, I think he has autism and gender dysphoria is what
Yeah.
it is.
His
He doesn't actually feel connected to his emotions. You know.
his crash out after their breakup is like so similar to mine when I was like 16. It's like, yeah, you have you have undiagnosed BPD and gender dysphoria.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
again, that sort of, performative quality to him where he's thinking almost of everything in this sort of semi-reality where he's thinking in terms of like script writing or, that thing some people do where they have this kind of very theatric view on life where everything sort of revolves around them in either a creative process or as a participant, as a character in something,
Yeah. He's incredibly self-centered. And I said this earlier, but I fucking love Turner. He is my favorite character in this fucking film.
Yeah.
From the first time he speaks on screen when he does like the Superman monologue, I immediately connected with him. Like, it's a thing where like you mentioned earlier, Marcy, how he's like just regurgitating points about Superman. He's just saying shit other people have said, but I think it shows that he has a passion for it. At least he wants to care. Like even if his thoughts aren't original or anything, he's like trying to be to be an artist, to be somebody who engages with art deeply. Because he has a passion for it. He reminds me a lot of myself when I was younger, where like I knew I loved art. I knew I loved it deeply, but I didn't know how to express it yet. I didn't know how to I didn't know how to think about it. I didn't know how to create things. Yeah.
Oh no, for sure. Just like, I love these kind of characters, as we've gone over before, that are sort of, they don't really have the sort of language to interact or to think really. And and that's where so much of the interpersonal conflict comes from, is just this either failure or lack of clarity about one's own feelings.
He doesn't have the language to express what he truly feels. Like it's the thing earlier where he's like where Brooklyn asks if he loves her, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I guess so."
How do you
I like how do you define love? I like definitions or whatever he says. It's so forced to him. He has to like replicate what emotions are in other people. Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, character.
Well, maybe Brooklyn should have taken her bra off, right? And maybe he would have gotten hard then, all right?
Oh, no. Well, he has this disconnect with masculinity. He has really bad hang-ups.
Oh,
whenever Brooklyn brings it up,
immediately
he's so like
sets him off.
defensive about it. Yeah. I mean, I've talked about this before. It's the thing where like both incels and trans women have weird hang-ups about masculinity, about having community. It feels like we are both rejected by society for similar reasons.
All of us. We're speaking for all trans women also.
We are speaking for all trans women. We are speaking for all incels right now. Like he expresses it in a way that I used to feel the exact same way, Not that I was an incel, but I was a trans woman that didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And like we were going over this before too, but just the sort of parallels there are with him and Michaela, and characters in fiction that sort of are two sides of the same coin, or from the same mold, or encapsulate ideas across both of them. Like when he's
barging
entering
into
Brooklyn's apartment again, and Michaela rapping at the door of, her boyfriend demanding to come in. It's just those two are just
exact
so
same thing. Exact same
there,
thing.
yeah.
Turner and Traps. I fucking love the way that this movie compares and contrasts its characters. Like, I'm all about that shit. One of my favorite things in media is like characters who are same sides of the same or different sides of the same coin, like both riffing on a particular feeling or topic and like expressing it in opposite ways. I love that shit. Character parallels are all what I'm all about. And Turner, like, he lashes out at people just like Traps does. Like, they both feel like they deserve more than they have. Like, they're both very self-centered people. Like, things happen to them. They don't deserve what's going on. And to an extent it's true, but also they refuse to take any responsibility for their actions. And I just really like that aspect of them both. I see hella me in it. It's good. It's good.
All right, this double date though.
Oh my god.
Yeah, do you think Turner told her or not? No, I guess probably not. Definitely. What kind of question is that? He didn't tell her.
They have terrible communication problems, both of them.
Oh, it's horrible. It is horrible.
Literally, why even go out? She could like it's also like she could finish her drawing and then meet them at the bar. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many options.
But the thing is, like,
her getting
Turner likes. Oh,
no,
go ahead.
It's so real though. Like she's put upon, she's pissed off, but her getting mad because the bar's not open when this is supposed to be. I was like, well, that's not Turner's fault. That's no one's fault. It'd be mad at the siding with Turner so much. I hate Turner, but then like when it comes to the breakup, I'm like, oh, she's a fucking bitch too. But then like I listen to Turner's writing and I'm like, oh, he's a fucking idiot, and I gotta and I see Brooklyn's art and I'm like, I should take her side. She's drawn the wolf coming.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good. No, I fucking hate Brooklyn too. That's the thing. It's like I'm ripping into Turner so much, but I like I care about him. I carrying him. I'm holding him in my little hand. And Brooklyn is like, she sets like conversational landmines and like purposefully says things that she knows that Turner will like trip on, and then she gets mad at him, you know. It's so good. It's so good. Like her being like, "Do you love me?" is immediately like, it triggered things in my brain. I'm like, oh, I've been in this situation before where I've asked people the same thing.
Yeah, again, like that's just one of the biggest strengths of the film is just how much like it imparts in both, the performances of the actors and how they're drawing, from their own experience, to flesh out a scene, and in turn the viewer doing the same in their thought processes of, I've had an experience like this, I've had a conversation of this, we've all had an experience like this or another.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. The like naturalistic dialogue and the way that this movie is written is so fucking evocative to me. I wrote and recorded my movie in, I think, a very similar way to Castration Movie. A little plug for my movie, everything, love yourself forever. Yeah. I see a lot of.
Oh yeah.
Plug a.
I mean, it's written in the same way,
the curse
where it's
too.
like. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where like.
Both really good.
Thank you.
No,
real
really
talk.
I wish we could have talked about it before we started recording because I haven't talked to you about it, but I love both those movies a lot. Films, short films.
Yeah, no,
they're excellent. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to shoot the shit about.
Thank you.
Again, just you were talking about.
I would fucking love to.
Like Brooklyn's like conversational landmines and just like the way people sort of set up each other, consciously or not, in ways that's just gonna hurt the flow of things. I just love that in your short film. where kind of the more introverted character, you know, it just picks these terrible conversation topics.
Yeah.
Maybe okay with like the right crowd, but not.
When I watched your short film, I immediately thought your character Minerva was an allusion to Persephone in this movie, because like they had like the same vibe, and you're like, so wait, was it or not? Because you told me it wasn't named after. It wasn't named after her, but you're admitting now that you definitely were subconsciously. There, I get it now.
Oh no, it was conscious. I misunderstood your question earlier when we were like talking about it off screen. My movie was just a riff on the one scene with Persephone in Castration Movie.
You bitch! You told me it wasn't okay. Like
no, I misunderstood what you meant. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm sorry for confusing you.
That's funny. No, I was right. I'm always right.
You were right. You were right.
Because,
you picked up on that.
I wouldn't have necessarily picked up on that if we hadn't also been talking about castration.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that wasn't like one of the first things we talked about together.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like, that naturalistic dialogue that like, it feels real. It feels real. That's, I think, a lot of the scenes in this movie were written the same as mine, where I think the actors were given like a script and were told like, okay, hit these bullet points in conversation.
Exactly.
And freestyle the rest of it, pretty much.
A little insight. From the Chicago Q&A. I filmed the Q&A. I held the camera. I got to hold the castration camera. Viewers. At home. I'm a part of the castrationery, the herstory. But something Louise was talking about with the writing process and the character building process was, I don't think she gave them even scripts, but she gave them every character just the backstory of themselves. So for instance, Turner's date from later on, whose brother commits suicide, that actress knows like what socks her brother is wearing when she's and knows was given like extensive details about this scenario and this thing, and that's all in her head, and Turner and no one else knows about it except her and Louise. And what we've seen in the and what wasn't shown is, it's all just gonna be the subtext.
Yeah, I really fucking love that, because it lets the passion in the process of the scene show itself actively. Like you get to see these characters react, like genuinely react to their circumstances, not pretending to react, not actors pretending to react to things, but genuine reactions from characters. It feels so
it feels so lived in a way that lulls in the viewer to what is happening. I think part of castration's gripping power in terms of engaging with an audience is just how easily, how comfortably and uncomfortably one is able to slip in to that particular social situation being set up, being blocked in stage, but in just such a way that feels so sort of intimate, I want to say.
You feel like you're hanging out with friends. It is exactly. Intimate.
And
it is intimate.
Another factor, I think, that's broadly relates to so much short or long form mumblecore web content filmed with these kind of cameras and these kind of circumstances, is that you feel like you're there in that situation with these people, this sort of simulated social intimacy that I think permeates so much of early web video type of things, early YouTube, etc., where you have often you have friend groups making short films or just, skits together, but it feels lived in that exact same way because it's drawing from that same naturalistic principle.
It feels like a bunch of friends hanging out.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best parts of the movie to me. Is I love recreating that feeling in art that I make because I mean it's a thing of community in this film. Like despite how much this movie like says like kind of negatively about the trans community, about like how we can treat each other horribly, it is a core factor. It's a core like feeling to this film that the people that surround us are flawed, but like that's what we have.
Yeah.
Like all we have is each other. It like I think Vera Drew's character, Persephone, really exemplifies this.
Oh, yeah.
Because she cares deeply. Huh?
Yeah. On this line of topic, my mind jumped to this scene immediately. Before I go to those screenshots that I got, I want to talk about this Alec Robbins tweet. I can't find.
Oh yeah.
There's no quote tweet, but he was singing the praises of Turner specifically. The conversation was along the lines of like, this movie is really good. It shows like this empathetic incel character who you feel for it, and then someone was like, that sounds stupid, you're an idiot, why would you watch that, it sounds like a boring dumb movie, and then you go look at this guy's page and he is Turner. So LMAO, this quote tree is like, if you recommend Taxi Driver and then Travis Bickle came to life, walked over to you saying he thinks that movie actually probably sucks.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's such a good tweet.
Just love that sort of, unlikability, but also, catharsis factor, in, pulling abstractions from that you have in a character like Turner. And I just love that in works where it's sort of like the whole dimension of the character. And I mean, we were talking about this before, but again, reminds me of Lo Wei's The Big Boss, with Chang Chao-wan, played by Bruce Lee, and the sort of contradictions that surround his character, where he wants to do right, he wants to avenge his family and the other workers that have been killed by the drug kingpin, but at the same time he has his own fulfillment to his own human vices. So he delivers his big epithet about how he's going to get revenge. He's thinking about his family members that were killed, and then he goes to the brothel to have sex one more time before he dies in the fight with the big boss. Just that immediate human second thought of just stepping aside to take care of something. People being...
Because that's actual depth.
Yeah. And that was, missing from the film for the longest time. So, people considered it an unnecessary sex scene. The Hong Kong censorship crackdown, etc. But I think it informs a very strong part of, like, the narrative of that film. And, other characters that are, flawed, that you can see some of yourself in, but they also have, some of the uglier side of humanity in them. You can just represent it as a whole, which is great.
Yeah.
And, what I love about Castration and, like, the reactions, it incites from characters from, like, Turner and Brooklyn is, something, like Blue Velvet, for example, where you either, find a curious sympathy for some of the actions that Kyle MacLachlan as Jeffrey Bromont takes, but also at the same time you could consider him extremely reprehensible, like, why you're doing this. No, this film is like deeply misogynist or whatever. No, but that's just the thing, that if it invites all those different reads of characters, it's just so great. And I love that that's one of the many multifaceted parts of Castration that just makes it so great and captivating.
Yeah, because it shows, like, the depth of the characters, but it also shows the, like, more surface level kind of like
Yeah.
base desires and faults that they have, like their unconscious feelings as well. Like I think that's going back to Vera Drew's character and that scene where she loves deeply and cares for people, and that's a very conscious thing that she does. It's a very core part of her character. Is she wants her friends to feel comfortable and loved.
Yeah.
But she doesn't fucking listen. She doesn't listen at all. Like, Traps is like, can I just get my thing and
shit
get out
and
of
go
here?
to work. Yeah.
And she's like, well, sit down. I
And
want
then
you to, like, relax. I love you. I care about you.
Bronwyn comes in and gets her stuff immediately and gets...
Yeah. Oh my god, that part of the scene just makes me, like, puke. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But, like, it's the thing where, like, she has this, like, depth because of that. Because you can see, like, her ideals, her, like, passion, and then you see it contrasted with her, like, base level experiences and the way she treats people. It's really good.
God, yeah. Just
Yeah, but she's been dating Michaela, not you, Michaela, other Michaela, for 5 years, and she hasn't read Dune yet. I don't know. It's just kind of, at this point, I don't know.
So funny. It's so
kind of problematic.
Because I've been in the exact same.
Oh my god, where, you know,
Yeah.
I've been on, like, you know, both sides of that, where, like, I really think you should check that out. It's gonna help you understand part of, you know, where I'm coming in from my thought processes and how I emotionally engage with media. And then on the flip side, it's just like, we'll get to that. I'm sure it's great. You know, you've been telling me so much about it.
Oh my god.
You know, it's just, I love that whole sequence.
Yeah, it's so relatable. I've been like that with my partner and Umineko for all 6 years we've been together. She's been like, you gotta read Umineko. I'm like, I'm on it. I'm gonna get on it. I promise. I promise. It's so that was so relatable to me. I was like, fuck. A lot of this film is like, it illuminates my flaws to me in a way that fucking hurts. Watching the way that Turner and Brooklyn interact, especially, I had to, like, pause the movie multiple times because I'm like, dude, Turner is the worst parts of me in a character. You know? The scene where, like, after him and Brooklyn have a date and, like, he makes her breakfast and she's like, oh, we're gonna spend the whole weekend together. And he's like, yeah, we will. I just have plans at this evening. It's so... I'm like, I see myself in it. I'm like, stop acting the way that you're acting, you piece of shit. You know? Sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but a lot of this film makes me feel so deeply for the characters and relate so heavily to their faults. It's good.
Do we think that this shot is a parallel to The Exorcist? Does Turner see himself? Does Turner see? Oh, okay. Does Turner see himself as a savior figure or like a father figure? Right. In this instance, he's going in to like stop a demonic possession of a girl in her bed. Right. I didn't get any scratch of it.
Yeah, I see that.
It's lesbianism. He needs to save her from.
Oh my god, it does make
it looks
me...
like
it
Father
does
Marin.
It does make me think of the shot now that you say that.
The most iconic shot from the... Yeah.
It's me. I'm the Exorcist. The Exorcist. Yeah. But I think, again, that could also, you know, relate to... Yeah, the way that Turner sees himself in his interactions with the other, with the world. Like, he sees himself as a character in a film, or as a character as a storytelling device.
The way that Turner and Superman have that, like, mirror image, I think the titling of the first, like, chapter as Incel Superman
Brilliant.
it's brilliant. Yeah, because it's the thing where incels view themselves as weak, deserving. They deserve more. Well, Superman is literally like the Chad to the virgin incel. Superman is like, he is strong, and he's like, the world deserves more. I don't deserve more. The world does, and he's there to help people explicitly. So like, I don't know. I just love the flip of that. The way that Turner like expresses himself and develops throughout the movie, he develops like a character in a film. Like you were saying, he treats himself as a character. Like at the end, he has like a montage where he gets like development or whatever. It's very self-important, self-aggrandizing.
Yeah,
and I viewed myself like that, where I see my life as
I am the great
plot.
machine.
I have absolutely been able to and have, viewed my life through a lens where like, oh, woe is me, or
Yes.
wow is me,
For the Superman speech,
Yeah.
I'm not. It certainly could be worse. There are worse interpretations of Superman. If you've ever seen Kill Bill, it sort of ends infamously with I figured when you said this movie was the first analysis of Superman you heard of, I was like, okay, she probably hasn't seen Kill Bill. Kill Bill infamously ends with a very, very, very stupid analysis of Superman, and he's used in sort of a cool way, but it's
just kind of disingenuous.
It's a weird, and now a lot of people roll with that interpretation. So I am glad that this more valid one, in my opinion, is put up front. Even if I don't think, I'd see it. It works perfectly as a grandiose thing in making fun of.
It's like passe.
Yeah, I think so. I don't necessarily think that's the intention, but I think it is the intention.
Do you think that was inserted as a deliberate reference to Kill Bill?
Well, I mean, you have the unavoidable connotations Tarantino keeps with people of Turner's
He's
type.
such a Turner. Yeah, Turner.
Yeah.
I want to hear Turner's Tarantino opinions. I think that'd be that'd be a hilarious
love to
fucking
hear
scene.
that shit.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that shit. I see. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's just fuck Tarantino. Like anything, not about his movies or anything. Him as a person, like fuck his Zionist ass. Yeah.
Fuck Tarantino as a person, like
heavily.
The whole.
I don't know. I
move into Israel thing.
I think you see a lot of like Tarantino's stuff, like DNA in Castration Movie. I mean, from what I've seen in his stuff, I've seen like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, fucking, oh my god, the one with the Nazis. I'm blanking.
Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards. Thank you. I see a lot of that in this, and like Pulp Fiction in particular is a movie I love the style and ethos more than I actually like watching. Like I really love like the pulpy sex and violence and the non-chronological aspect of it. I think that's something that this movie does better, is the non-chronology. It evokes this like disorientation and like fogginess to every scene where you're like, okay, I don't know exactly what has happened before this. I didn't bring it up.
I should have. This shit, when blink and you miss it, when Christian shows up at the beginning of the movie at Brooklyn's art thing.
It
puts into, we don't necessarily know when was this, it could have been the day he was shooting traps, right? Because this could be like the week before or after they're, joking about force femming him and stuff like that. We don't, it's like a...
Yeah.
Well, that's the space where Froggy Worm is playing. like that's the
Oh,
day that they're
shit.
playing.
Yeah.
At this art thing, like the end of the movie, or
Yeah.
in the middle of the
Yeah,
like,
the thing at the end of the
the
movie.
very end. This is the way. This
Yes.
is what Traps didn't show up to.
I believe so, at
Oh.
least. Maybe it's the other performance.
Or maybe
that they
the
do.
earlier performance. No, the
Yeah.
thing Traps didn't show up to was like under a bridge. It was like in the that was in like a weird ass that was like an outdoor that looked like it was under
Oh
like
yeah. Never
right.
mind. You're right.
this
It's
thing
the
is like
earlier
a
performance.
yeah, that makes more sense with the chronology because they run into Turner and Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Is my friend a man or a woman? Oh, this is one of the hardest fucking like.
Oh my God.
She clearly presents
presents
as
as
a
a
woman. Just trying clawing desperately to look good in front of Brooklyn. Just say woman, bro.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Okay.
Well, I don't think Turner is like regressive necessarily. I
Mhm.
think he does hold some progressive views, but he
Yes.
doesn't know
you were-
why
yes.
exactly.
Because it makes good art.
Like
Again,
Maybe.
it's like the limited, vocabulary of one's thought processes.
because
that-
that's-
yes.
He's surface level progressive because that's what Superman and Harry Potter tell him to be.
Oh my God. Yeah, the thing where he's like film Harry Potter houses or whatever. So fucking bad. He has bad ideas.
Yeah.
Russian
that's-
mob. Dimitri's gonna betray Petrov.
Oh my God. Like, oh my God. The that's another thing I really love about Turner is he's like expressing these like ideas where he's like, oh, I want to do this, I want to make that. And he hasn't engaged in the movie making process, not genuinely.
No.
So all of his ideas suck ass. He doesn't have experience making things, and it's I see a lot of myself in that, like an old version of me. Yeah, go ahead.
Again, it's like coming from that mental state where one thinks ideas are innately like have some kind of quality or value.
Yeah.
No, everyone's got ideas.
Yeah.
No, it's up to you to put those into fruition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have ideas, now engage in a process to make them real.
Yeah.
That's where the art part comes from.
Exactly.
It's literally the thing where it's like, oh, I could make a video game, I just need to be the ideas guy, Like, I've met so many people like that, where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I have ideas, I have concepts, if
but-
you can execute them for me, we'll make...
But I can be the ideas guy. You gotta have thinking, man.
Oh, oh God. That's such a fucking, like, cis white guy fucking way of thinking. It makes me, like, puke. It makes me ill.
Cis white guys be like, I need to punch the first person who provokes me. I'm gonna punch this innocent robot man.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The scene where
It's
he,
so
like,
good.
fights the statue guy.
So fucking good.
It's so funny. It's
calls him a
so
faggot
funny. It's
the
so
first-
pathetic.
He's like so assuring Brooklyn. Oh, I'm just reading it. I wouldn't then let it.
I would never say
Yeah,
faggot.
the first
And then he
first
does.
chance he gets, he calls someone a faggot.
Yeah, and a way
Yeah.
to sort of, prove his own, broken notion of masculinity and
Yeah.
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 Just-
He's, like, trying to feel like a man
yeah.
so badly.
Again, it's the internal vocabulary thing. It's like either
Mhm.
you know how to feel like that, or you don't, and you flounder terribly trying to figure out this shit.
Yeah, literally. He's trying to replicate masculinity as he's seen it. He doesn't actually feel that way.
Yeah.
I don't think. It's good.
Yeah.
God.
Maybe if Brooklyn would have just taken her fucking bra off, or he would have gone hard. And
Shut up!
none of this shit would- Fucking
Get
dumb,
help!
fucking
Get
dumb
help!
bitch.
Fucking whore. Fucking whatever.
Both of them are so fucking incredible. How fucking vulnerable
Oh.
Magda is Rocco for all this, and then like the fucking music they make too is so good. Like, yeah, that's my
it's so
absolutely
beautiful.
my favorite scene is the immediate his undressing of after the top surgery. That shit's
Yeah.
raw. It's so incredibly vulnerable. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's so cool, awesome, incredible, effortless amounts of swag.
The top surgery scene in particular is one of the things that really, like, I thought that was one of the coolest things that this movie did, is film like an actual before after
So good.
of the like real life actors'
So good.
top surgery.
So good.
So
fucking
fucking
cool.
Sick. It's so awesome.
It's unbelievable amounts of swag.
It is. Oh my god,
It's part of the realness factor, but in a way, just because of the circumstances of who and who for it's filmed by, it's not exploitative. It's just a very human part of the storytelling.
Yeah, it adds a layer to it. I'm always fucking talking about this. The process informs the end result.
Yeah.
Like the fact that like like he got an actual real life top surgery. That's awesome.
Yeah, like he was
gonna
do that
anyway in the movie.
Yeah, he's gonna do that anyways. Let's film it. Like,
yeah.
We really did skip ahead. It happens pretty far. Well, also these screenshots are out of order because I had to go back to get this shit.
Oh my god, can we talk about the AVGN pizza scene?
Oh my god, yes.
Burn down my fucking house, bitch. Not like everything I own is in here.
It's so good. It's so good.
Just
oh man, the way that this movie
we skip facts that we I gotta say.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
We got to go back to the transmaxing scene eventually. But
well,
go on about
hold that thought. But oh my god, this scene in like the RV with the pizza, the beers, the cigarettes, the James Rolfe in the background. It's just
fuck yes.
Yeah.
The energy is so incredible. Like,
I've been here.
I've been here, done that.
We're doing
trauma dumping to somebody
night.
And eating pizza.
Oh yeah.
Gross ass dicks. Gross dick stories.
Ew.
The nastiest. Like, yeah. I need to know if that, how if that's happened. If this is a true, a real sex worker. If the Asian guy with the cable truck.
It feels too fucking real to be totally made up.
Yeah.
I've just been in, situations where just shooting the shit, talking about, war wounds, from being trans.
That's the...
And, like, it's totally believable that there, at some point in reality, there would be clientele just like that, because I heard similar stories.
Also, I really love the line Trap says, like, I've got to be the fattest transsexual hooker in Canada or whatever.
Yeah.
Goat. My goat.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. I really love the way...
One of them says that one of their clients is like, you look just like my daughter or whatever the fuck. Like, oh. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of real sex worker experience in here.
Yes.
Whoever wrote that part or explained it did a fantastic job.
Yes.
I think it's awesome and so well expressed and so well explored. This scene, oh man, I know I just keep hitting the point where, like, I love this shit. I love trauma dumping to my friends about, like, oh, here's the time so-and-so and whatever happened to me. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
The best part is when somebody gets hyped to hear it.
Oh my god.
When I get to be like, oh, you want to talk about this horrible thing that happened to me? They're like, oh my god, the same thing happened. I'm like, yay, trauma buddies. Yeah, no, oh man, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love this. I love these characters. That's the thing, is like, it goes back to, like, Traps is a horrible piece of shit and I hate her, but I love her so much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She acts horribly, but I want her to succeed. I want her to be better. I want her to...
The shit with
I want
Adeline
better
at the
for
end
her.
is so
Oh,
heart-wrenching.
Mm.
it is totally heart-wrenching.
That's like such like a back and forth jabbing conversation.
Yeah,
That like
yeah.
it's like, oh my god, and it's like, how much of this is she just saying just to get
Yeah.
what she thinks she's just trying to snap Adeline out of this, or does she really believe this? Is she just trying to win the argument, or is she really internalized this?
Yeah.
So this kind of stabbing, biting dejectedness of, you know, not only trying to, you know, influence the conversation, but also just these sort of mind games we play with each other when we sort of trauma dump or sort of, you know, explicate our problems. So we were on the
Traps
topic
and
again
Adeline.
of Michaela and Adeline's relationship.
For me about their relationship
Here they are.
is that they express their desire for womanhood in opposite ways that I fucking love it.
Oh yeah.
Like they both seek external validation, but the ways that Traps expresses that is by getting a cishet boyfriend.
yeah.
And like trying to validate her gender identity through sex with men, while Adeline is like, I don't feel like a woman, I just need people to tell me it constantly. I need other people to affirm it to me. And I really love that dichotomy of those two characters.
Oh, for sure. Just like the way, you know, that's expressed in, you know, their thought processes and their actions. Just the kind of very, and also, you know, the womanhood factor that, you know, Michaela so strongly, you know, is affected by throughout the film is something I find deeply relatable, because, you know, that's how I came to terms with trans. This was realizing that if I ever wanted to experience parenthood, it would have to be as a mother and not a father. So that's that's you know, a very, you know, big and wonderful part of the film is, you know, being able to see that expressed through a character like Michaela.
Total
You know,
desperation.
yeah, the
for it.
total yes. Sort
Like,
of-
okay, you know, remember when we were in high school and we were both like little fucking tenderqueers starting the gay straight alliance, and you came into school and I saw you and you like, and I know like immediately recognized how much of a little faggot you were, and we started spending all that time together, and you remember that time we were drinking and we decided we were going to lose our virginities to each other, so we train ourselves so we know how to take cock, and we went over to the shoppers trying to figure out how to douche, and we were look up this guide online, and accidentally, and we couldn't find the proper materials, and we ended up downstairs in your mom's shower, just fucking giving each other's enemas, shitting our brains out, not knowing that's what not...
Michaela is just like a whole circle of friends, and how, you know, Adeline factors into that in, you know, their opposing, you know, outward expressions of womanhood.
Have you guys read Detransition Baby by Tori Peters?
No. I know that's the namesake of the credit song.
Okay. Well, I'll keep this brief then. The two of the main characters in that book very much mirror Traps and Eyeline's like trans motherhood / like romantic relationship, like trying to be there for each other as friends, but also like Traps is trying to be a mother to Adeline, and that's the way that she gets. That's the way she gets to express and experience motherhood, is through that. Like in Detransition Baby, Reese is like, more than anything, that's how she wants like her ultimate gender validation to be, is to be a mother. And by like in that book, it's like she treats Amy like a daughter to her. Like, I'm going to bring you up into the world as a woman. I'm going to teach you how to be a woman.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're going to listen to me, and you're going to do everything that I say. And I think I see a lot of that in these characters too, where like when Adelin's like finally trying to express herself in a way that Traps doesn't like, she like freaks out and is like, you don't know what's best for you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't know. I am your mother, you know? It's good. It's good. I think it's definitely an intentional parallel.
And like you find
Yeah.
these kind of relationship dynamics, you know, in these sort of communities sometimes because, you know, that is a big part of it is the lived experience
Yeah.
and, you know, that innate desire to impart that wisdom, but in such a way that, you know, can come into interpersonal conflict, you know, with
Yes.
the other person's own freedom of expression. That's something, you know, I've experienced. I know what that's like, you know, and just the way it captures it with, you know, such finesse that it's able to click with the viewer is so great.
Yeah, exactly. It is a thing in the queer community where it's like, I mean, I've been trans for like fucking since 2016, so like, I'm intimately familiar with the experience. I know what it's fucking like to be a trans woman. I get that impulse all the time where I'm like, I want to tell people how it is. I want to tell people like,
Yeah.
it gets better. It's not as bad as you think. It's literally like, listen to me. You want community and love. Let me show you how to get community and love. You know? I get very passionate and very... I think I can be abrasive at times, and I think that's something I really see in Traps and in myself. Yeah. I just connect with her. I connect with all these characters in such deep ways, especially Traps and Turner.
Yeah, Yeah. Okay, but like, what's not AGP on me? It's so
Oh,
sad.
God.
Like, oh god.
That shit. I hate that shit. The
So
Blanchardism makes me want to like tear my fucking eyeballs out.
Yeah, just the way people, like, even sometimes in like an ironic way, as we, you know, see through the
Oh my
characters in
God.
Castration, it's just
Yeah.
big stink lines on that.
Literally. Oh man.
And yeah, Trap's
in
not
the
doing
ironic-
anything to joking along with her instead of like helping her friend with her body image. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Traps is like not helping. You are making it so much worse. Get those brainworms out of there, girl.
Yeah.
I think Traps being a fucking LGBT user makes so much sense. Like the 4chan board LGBT.
She's not even on there. She's on R9K by the end of the fucking movie. Like,
Oh my God, yeah, she is on R9K.
Yeah, she's just like, straight to the, like...
Oh my God. My friend found a archival link to that thread.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hold on, I need to pull that up.
Please do. That's
I have
awesome.
it.
I've
wrote down.
That's so good. I get a kick out of this. There's for a brief second, there's a pic of my favorite ship ever, Gon and Killua from Hunter x Hunter, and with the amongst the pics there, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. Look at them.
Yeah, I linked the R9K thread that Turner makes.
Crazy.
And
yeah, people keyed it as fake immediately. Yeah.
They do. But you do see Traps posting, sounds like you have BPD, try taking the pink pill faggot at the end.
Yeah.
The fact that it's an actual post there is so like...
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
Try
beautiful.
taking the pink pill faggot is... I want that on a shirt.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is, folks.
You get to see the full green text. Oh my God. Reading that after the movie was like, fuck yes. You get this insight into Turner's character. You get like another aspect of like how he wants to portray himself to the world. It like Oh man,
Just
oh, it's
again using constructed language in order to impart, those feelings.
yeah, him being like,
Strong-
it's not my
strong
fault. I feel
stuff.
passionate about
Like
things.
this, so like I don't know, just the visual language of 4chan is like so interesting to me. I don't know, it's just like such a jank forum. It's just such a weird way to
It is
use
jank.
the internet. It's so strange to me. Yeah,
Well, it's of a different time. Because
Yes.
it's coming. 4chan is a riff on like
Well,
two
even of-
channels.
yeah,
like,
even of the
whatever,
time, like-
and of the time it was weird because
Yeah.
2channel was not like, that's not how websites are.
no, it's
You
weird.
know?
It's weird to want to be that anonymous. It's weird to not want to have anything you say linked to anything else you say. That's not really how websites work. Yeah.
It's very much a philosophical experiment gone wrong.
Oh yeah. But also the user interface of 4chan, playing
Yes.
into Luis's philosophy of, using like a weathered medium with sort of lateral, contemporary thinking. I think is tying into the main factor of castration again,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It is using an older medium. 4chan is an old ass website and
Yeah.
looks like it.
Shout out to our boy Rowan's World's End short animation made with in like a dead MMO. It's really cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
Shout
I
out
need to see
to
it. I haven't
the
seen it yet.
awesome art that we can't look at. We're not looking at right now, but the viewers will see.
Yeah. Oh man. I love movies.
Love the frickin' movies, baby.
I love the freaking movie.
Again, like the intimacy, like the simulated intimacy factor, where again it's not exploitative, in the filmmaking context. It's just sort of grounding the characters in their
Yes.
material reality. That's another thing with like the injection scene.
Just yes, the casualness of characters doing coke and injections and getting top surgery and having sex and just living.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's so fucking freeing to see all of this portrayed.
It is.
Yeah.
It's real. It feels real. I
This
think
trans experience. Yeah, it's like.
I think part of what builds that is the length of the movie as well.
Yeah.
Like, I know some people think that the movie is too long. I fully much Sniles. I know.
Yeah.
I very much disagree because it's so massive. It's
can't-
so huge.
Yeah. I can't wait for it to
It's
be 20 hours.
I know, right? It's able to exhaust you with the characters' bullshit.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you get like fucking upset with these characters for acting the same way the whole time. It's like, I know how you act now. I understand why you're the way that you are. But stop being that way, I love them so dearly. I want to see them grow because I've spent so much time with these characters. I have a love for them, like a deep love.
I really love that. Just like that incitement of both, deep love, care, and understanding, but also simmering resentment for those
Yes.
same factors.
Simmering resentment is a fantastic way to put it. Yeah.
Because, like, isn't that just how people go through life? Is, tolerating as much as you can, but also on the back burner, we all have that bit of simmering resentment, and so do the characters in the film, and how that informs their worldview, how that informs their interactions with, even
Yes.
dear friends.
Yeah. There's always like,
Mm-hmm.
no matter who you're friends with, there's always like one or two things about somebody that you can like love deeply, but you can be like, I don't agree with you on this. Shut up.
Yeah.
There's always going to be one or two things where like, if that became their personality, you wouldn't be friends. there is that like resentment level. At least for me. Maybe I'm uniquely toxic, but like, I don't know. You know?
I don't think any of us are uniquely toxic in how, I don't know, back burner resentment can and will inform our interactions with people. Like, I totally get that, you know?
Okay. Good.
And again, the way the movie is able to capture that on so many different levels is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I have a really weird comparison to make. You know what the like length reminds me of, and what it really evokes for me is like Shakespearean plays. For whatever reason, it very much evokes like a, I don't know, something about it is like, it has the Castration movie has like reverse dramatic irony where you don't know what's happening in every scene. Like in a lot of like Shakespearean shit, they tell you the plot outright. Like at the beginning of Romeo and Juliet, at the beginning of Hamlet, they're telling you what's going to happen, and then the joy is seeing how it develops throughout. While in Castration movie, it's more like you don't know any given scene, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. I guess this also more ties into like the non-chronology of it. But like you don't always know what's happened beforehand. You don't know
There we go.
that kind of stuff about it. And I think that leads it to have a very grand scale, but also to be very intimate and to be very it allows it to be more character focused in a way that I really respect and love, because it's more about the interactions between characters rather than the explicit plot of the movie.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it's very labyrinthian in structure, where it's very sweeping, but also, you know, very closed, very intimate, very even voyeuristic at times as well, because that's what I love about, you know, V cinema, you know, SOV is it is just the natural extension of movie making. All movie making to some extent is, you know, voyeurism of a familiar or unfamiliar situation, and, you know, the sort of reactions and thought processes that would go through, you know, the viewer's mind. And
Absolutely.
Just the way that feels so familiar but also so forbidden.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the thing where like the length gives it that ability to be intimate while still making these like grand dramatic ideas and expressing those through like this super extensive cast.
And when you do it that way, it's like length doesn't even become a problem, because you know, everything is just a continuous extension of that examination. So, you know, you look at the runtime, it might seem a little daunting, but it would be more daunting if Castration was more conventional in how it carried out its story, I think, because then you would have more room for superfluous scenes. You would have more room for threads that don't really go anywhere or develop, but just the way Castration is able to overlap all of that into one sort of continuous narrative and thematic approach, I think is great, because, you know, the title of the film, you know, in so many, you know, metaphysical ways intersects with how the characters are, you know, interacting with one another. You know, how, you know, Turner sort of sees himself as being emasculated or figuratively castrated, and how Brooklyn treats him, or how Michaela's, you know, fertility results are, castrating her in one way, or how, I think really just lots of,
Rocco's top surgery keeps him from working for a certain amount of time. Emasculating him in that way, kind of.
Oh, that's genius. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that could...
We don't see his perspective. We only really see how it affects Adeline in those scenes.
And then
I don't know if I'd go that far, because we don't see him think of it that way, but I had just thought of that now.
Yeah, no,
I'm thinking of all that. Like, he is literally castrated in a way with the top surgery itself.
Castration.
But then, yeah.
Oh, what a genius title. What a genius title.
Rhyme, this is interesting. There is a bootleg DVD and Blu-ray available to rent. Guess where this is. This is a 4-star video in Madison, Wisconsin, which is like basically smack dab in the middle between us.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm thinking road trip. I rent this, bring it up, and we watch it. See how good the DVD, the bootleg Blu-ray version with hard subs you can't turn off on.
Dude, yes. That'd be so badass. Oh. Yeah, but going back to like the length of it, I think the pacing of this movie, if it were paced like or if it was like formatted like a regular movie, the pacing would be horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely dog shit. There's so many scenes that just drag. But it's because it's so uniquely structured. I there's only one part of the film where I feel like it drags. Like, I think it's such a good fucking time. Every scene feels like a good experience. I'm having fun watching it, is the thing. Like,
yeah.
Not only do I get to, like, feel all this shit and I have so much to think about, but I'm having fun. It is actively a good time to watch.
Yeah.
I the only part where it drags for me is, like, the last 30 minutes. Because it's kind of like a lot of switching between traps having sex and then like
the best song
unedited
ever.
Music scenes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is really good. I think thematically it makes a lot
is...
of sense. It's just it goes a while.
That song in that scene, Barbie Swan Lake. Everyone watching this, pause and listen to Barbie Swan Lake.
I listen to Froggy Worm generally.
Yeah. I just think in so many ways, just like that sequence, that song, that's one of like that's like the emotional core of the film almost, where your mind is freely thinking about what's happening, the lyrics of the song, the emotional depth these characters have been sort of imbued, and how that all relates together. It's just so moving and beautiful. Just like in that specific sequence, I just love so much.
No, I definitely see, like, I see why it's there, and I see what people see in it. But that is the only part of the movie that, like, I'm like, all right, let's speed it up here. Let's wrap it up.
I definitely feel that too, like at this point in the film.
Yeah, especially because I'm always like at the very end. I'm like, okay, I've been sitting here for 4 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Which
I disagree.
By the way,
I love the ending.
Oh, go ahead.
I love the ending.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Like, I see why you would. But I was just gonna say, by the way, this movie is great group watch material.
For sure.
I invited 15 people over into my tiny little apartment. Marcy, you've been inside. You know that does not seat 15 people.
How many? 15 people?
15 people. So I had, like, all of my fucking friends sitting in this room watching this movie and getting to see, like, my community's reaction to how this movie develops is so fucking special. It felt like an event, because it was like all of these people got to see something that I care about deeply, but also they relate to and see themselves in. And also it makes the 4.5 hour long length a lot more bearable when you're in a room full of people that like are also doing the same thing and get to riff on it with you. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I absolutely agree, because, you know, there's just so much for everyone in this, and also it's a really fucking funny movie.
It's fun
like,
for the whole
everything
family.
It's
aside-
hilarious.
No, like,
we have not brought up the humor of this
it
movie that
is-
much, but it is really funny.
No,
Yeah.
there's some laser precision laugh out loud moments in this that you really get to experience, I think, with like a big crowd of people.
Yes.
You know, whether,
Yes.
you know, personal relations or, you know, in a theater setting. Like when I saw this at the Music Box, the crowd was absolutely uproarious during the funny parts that you know about. Like, just Incel Superman just has so much great interplay.
Oh man, it's
that-
so good. It's
Yeah.
so good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say craziest thing I've seen in a theater, but it wasn't. The Ask Anybody, as what I mentioned before, is definitely crazier, but
Oh yeah.
it's a close second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really hope to see part 2
Did
and Q&A and all the hope to meet Louise again. She
when? Yeah. Go ahead.
she's a sweetie. This is a hilarious story. We were getting our stuff signed and we got Polaroids with her, and this guy walks up and he's like, "Oh, can I get a Polaroid too?" And before I'm like, no, I'm not giving you one. Before I could even deny him, Luis was like, dude, these are expensive. I'm probably not. Like, Luis denied him for it. I was like, thank you. Yeah, I'm not, I don't know this
Thank
chump.
you.
I'm not, yeah, like, it was very funny.
You saw it in. No, that's really good. You saw it in theaters. Did they give you a break halfway through?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mercifully,
Because I was
yes.
gonna say.
Well,
Try-
it's just a built-in intermission. They didn't stop the...
Right.
They're trying to, like,
Oh,
but
okay.
that 15 minutes is what that long ass song is. That's just there, yeah.
Is it? Is it like 5 minutes long?
It might not be.
I'm
I
pretty
think it's
sure
like
the
10
intermission
minutes.
isn't that long. Yeah.
It's not 15.
10 to
15
12 minutes.
15 is like a standard
Okay.
length, but you're right. It
Yeah.
is not that long.
Because when I did a group watch with friends, we ended up like pausing at the intermission and then
Actually,
taking
yeah.
like a 30. Is what we ended up doing.
Yeah. First time we watched it was in chunks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
Also,
I raw dog it. Yeah. I raw
Yeah,
dog
no,
it,
I-
taking
well, I
screenshots
think-
and notes.
yeah. Literally. I think the movie does work if you like stop for a day, like after Incel Superman, and then like continue. I think you could split it up in 2 or 3 like watch sessions, but I think the single like sit down and raw dog that shit experience,
Awesome.
it really lends itself to
Like the
its
seduction
ideas.
factor of cinema, where you're just letting it kind of, you know, overpower you. Yes, it works very well in that viewing way.
it's overstimulating on purpose.
Yeah.
For such a long length of time. Yeah. No, it's great. It's great. Also, after I finished the movie with a bunch of people, every single conversation I had with them felt abusive.
Conflict is not
Like-
abuse.
Huh?
Conflict is not abuse.
Conflict is not
I-
abuse. Conflict is
No,
not.
it's not. It's not. But it felt like it, you know?
Yeah.
I felt like anytime I talked over someone or anytime I like changed the topic for something or to something else, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm just like Craps for
Michaela.
real." I'm just like her for real.
No,
Oh,
real.
no.
I have a friend who just came out, and it's her asking for advice. I'm like, how do I know how to talk to people anymore?
Literally.
Yeah. All right, so Rhyme, I got
it's
three. I
great.
got three
It's
more.
great.
Three more like these are broad wrapping up topics. I think we touched. We haven't. I know we haven't touched on everything. We really didn't touch on the transmaxing scene. We're gonna have to get back to it. I think we gotta have to get back to it. I have a lot
Okay.
to say, but the things. What do you want to see? What trans topics do you want to see in future parts. All right, so detransitioners, actual detransitioners, and then like the political grift are both interesting topics. Trans widows, you know, people who.
Oh God.
Yeah, like a online stalkers, you know, cyberstalkers, gangs, you know, the sort of Steven Universe discourse specifically. I'll take like any bullshit cartoon or video games arguing. I'd love that, but I want Steven Universe specifically. Magic the Gathering and tabletop RPGs. Take those fuckers down a peg. Take every Magic the Gathering fan down.
Fucking like 4 hours into this shit. Yo, fuck tabletop players.
Yeah.
And fuck you for liking them.
Well, no, more like showing those, because some of the worst nights and social interactions I've had are with tabletop people. So that's what I'm saying.
Same.
To have the board game night represented in the queer space, and or the
fuck yes.
And then more music, more live music, more crazy bands. What do you think?
Listening to that, I think more music and more like of the art aspect of it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm easy to read, you know my shit. But like I love the art. I love seeing the art on screen. I love seeing the characters create things. I'm also a big fucking fan of fictionalized bands becoming real. Froggy Worm. I guess it's not necessarily fictional, but yeah, I'm telling you, fucking Scott Pilgrim fan. But I want more of that for sure. And I want more stuff to do with sex. I think the movie does some really cool stuff with it, and I'm excited to see what else they're able to develop on with the trans experience, and like how you experience your gender through sexuality, and how that changes you. And also how that interacts with your community as well. I think those are things I'd love to see in the next one.
I totally agree with you in that regard, because I loved what, part one was able to do in that regard. I'd love to see more takes down that sort of alley. And then this is sort of more indulgent, but like, what, celebrities, D-list internet celebrities would you like to see in Castration parts 2 and forward?
Oh, man.
James Rolfe.
I would love to be in Castration Movie. Louise, hit me up.
Yeah.
I'll travel. I'll go fucking Canada. Let me know. But no, for real. I'd like to see. I'm excited for Ada Rook's appearance quite a bit.
We didn't touch on that. She's in part 1. She's in the background in one scene. You can see her. Yeah. That's like that's just crazy. Ada Rook. Excited for that. I want to see Carta Monier.
I'm not familiar.
She is a porn star and zine maker and like lithography. She founded Diskette Press up in Detroit, and she's a porn star, and she does zines about sex and stuff. She would be an incredible pull for this. Some Canadian Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis would be a really good pull.
Yeah, he's coming back into acting. I got too many Castration.
I got too many big people. I want Maile Flanagan, the voice of Naruto, in this.
Right.
I want Hunter Schafer in the next part.
No, yeah. Well, these are my Salem Adonia, the collaborator of Ethel Cain. She has made music for this. She's like a producer.
Of course.
So if they get Hayden Adonia, Ethel Cain herself, that'd be sick. I'd love
badass.
that. Otherwise, Danny Brown or Eminem would be like the funniest fucking people to have in this movie.
A Danny Brown appearance. I haven't seen it myself, but my friend always brings up the Danny Brown clip where like he on his podcast somebody's being like lightly transphobic and he's like, no, shut the fuck up, we fuck with trans people in this house.
Yeah.
Like I really appreciate Danny Brown a lot.
No,
the way that
he's the actually cool Baby No Money. This Baby No Money, No Money's music was good.
yo, I think Baby No Money has like 3 really good songs.
All right. No,
that's
fair.
it.
I see him. Everyone's like, he's like the oozing positivity guy. But like, I'm like,
oh yeah.
I'm like just annoyed by it. I don't think his music's very good. But like, I'm, yeah.
So you know, like that Michaela.
Baby No Money, Castration Part 4.
There we go. Yeah. Amazing Atheist.
I want to see I want to see a Filthy Frank appearance.
That'd be crazy.
Not Joji, but Filthy Frank.
Yeah.
Bring back the character. Sorry.
We're talking about like, you know, 2000, late 2000s, early 10s shit. I would love to have some of the fucking like Rich Alvarez Random Productions boys in this. I would love like Uncle Dane, you know, that big TF2 YouTuber, he used to star in short form internet content. And he played Ash Ketchum in Richard Michael Alvarez's Stupid Mario Brothers web show.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a fucking throwback. I have not thought about that since I was literally like 12. What the fuck? Oh my god.
What is this with like
Stupid Mario Brothers?
What is this with like trans girls like in the deep recesses like having some memory of Stupid Mario Brothers on YouTube? You're like the second the trans girl I've talked to is just like, oh shit, remember Stupid Mario Brothers? Yeah. Like,
Paulie's the unofficial archiver of Stupid Mario Brothers.
I dead ass. I had not thought of that in like forever. I after this I'm gonna go rewatch all that. What the fuck?
Paulie, send her your.
Oh, I have a complete MKV collection of like the first season with like a shit ton of extras and like subtitles. Yeah, I can link you that right now.
Just please.
What's the quote from?
Holy
what's the quote
shit,
you wanted
they
that
have,
related to?
Like 80 episodes.
Oh yeah, like fucking like 75 episodes of a fucking movie. Yeah. It's like, you know, bringing up like Rich Alvarez and Super Mario Bros. That's something that has like a lot of like IRL, you know, behind the scenes drama that like I happen to be in the know about. And like I think Louise at like the Q&A, she was sort of talking about, you know, bringing, you know, internet people together, you know, who kind of had, you know, beef with each other and just kind of, you know, relaxing that, you know, just working together as like individuals. That would be incredible for something like the Stupid Mario Brothers people, because there's so much of that shit. Just like, and like these people, you know, a lot of them were like theater kids. They'd gone on to do other acting stuff. I would like legitimately like to see some of these people, like Matthew Thomas Provincial, just like, I don't know, just as like a random actor. It's just like a familiar face you'd like to see pop up, you know, going back to that thread.
I like how this is the line on the script that's been up this whole time. Your tits look perfect. Wish they were bigger.
Think so?
Yeah, we all wish our tits were bigger.
Real.
This is a really, really good conversation. And we're not done.
Not yet.
It'll never be over. She's gonna get to 20 hours. She's gonna make part 5 and say, "Well, hold on though. There's still some balls on these girls left. We gotta do something about it."
We got get a little orky action in this bit.
Orky action.
Yeah.
Thank
closing.
Thank you everyone for joining us for
thank you
the inaugural episode of Arguing Autogynephilia, where we.
Don't call it that. You can't call it that. Thank you for listening. The fact that you listened to like 2.5, 3 hours of this nonsense is awesome.
Thank you for joining
us.
Join us again for part 2, or Love and Pop, or People's Joker, or
whatever
some other gross, fucked up movie.
Yeah. That's a podcast.